When people say, oh, like you get all this free stuff. No, it's not free stuff. Because if it was free, why don't you have it? Why doesn't he have it? Why doesn't his mom have it or his sister have it or my friends have it? If it's free, everyone go get it. I'm not an intimidating person at all. I'm actually really funny. I'm funnier than Indun, so.
Okay, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Typically, I take my knit talks, but this is actually a little more serious topic. I gotta be normal. I gotta act like I'm not messing around all the time.
Nice t-shirt.
Thank you very much. I actually would like to give a huge shout out to Serenity on Instagram for sending me this shirt. Their Instagram is srn1t.y if you want to check out their stuff.
You gotta turn around.
Yeah. We got this and we got...
Just turn.
Kobe.
Oh my God, look, you have Kobe right here. Forget everyone else.
And then LeBron's right here. LeBron James.
Okay.
All right, guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is actually about why you should create a personal brand or just film content for fun. All right, so obviously you're a content creator and you're doing really well for yourself.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay, so what made you start content creation? And did you think I'm starting content creation or did you just think I'm posting for fun?
I don't know. I just really enjoyed doing my own makeup. I also had you who told me I should do it because you were pursuing videography at the same time and you said you could help. There were some other people that also said I should start because like a lot of people wanted to know like how I do my makeup and just kind of like a step-by-step. So yeah, I started doing it for fun. I had no idea that there was a career that I could build behind it.
That's pretty crazy to think that was only like 2017, 2018?
The start of 2018, yeah.
How has that changed your life?
I mean, it's changed my life in a very positive way. I feel like the opportunities that I've had to work with a lot of like brands that I, used to use, just meeting people. Obviously there's like the financial aspect to it and just a whole other level that I never expected, so.
That's amazing. Obviously, it's not easy though. A lot of hard work, sleepless nights. Not just you, but I don't sleep either. I guess with the content creation part, what do you feel like most people are afraid of that stops them from starting?
I think it's the fear of failing, fear of judgment.
I actually heard something crazy today. Jay Shetty said, it's not the fear of failing, it's the fear of people seeing you fail. It's not the fear of starting, it's the fear of people seeing you start.
For the longest time before I started, I used to always see other creators online. I'm like, oh my God, like I feel like this is something I could do, but it was a constant like how though.
Or like what to post.
Yeah.
My thought process with that is literally post anything. Like I used to post videos of my mom doing the dishes and make it cinematic, but people actually enjoyed it. But for me, I never cared. I think that's the answer is not caring, which is hard.
Yeah.
Because you're afraid of being judged. How do you deal with that?
I think I struggle with that, to be honest. I mean, over the seven years that I've been posting, it's like, I think it's like evolving and changing. Like before when I used to post, I used to be very particular on what I posted versus now it's like, I'll post anything. Like I might just post something that happened in my day, like especially with my nephew. And
I think another thing to think about, there's been so many posts that I will work on for hours. And I'm like, this is the greatest video of all time. It does horribly. And then there'll be another video that I'm like, I really don't want to post this, have nothing to post that day. I'm like, screw it, I post it and it gets like 600 shares and it goes crazy.
Content is content at the end of the day.
If someone isn't trying to become an influencer, do you still think they should post content and why?
What is your purpose in posting content? You have to figure that out first. Like, are you trying to entertain your audience if that's like your family and friends? Or are you trying to just post your everyday and just show the world like what you're doing with your life and not get paid for it? I think that's like something that you just have to figure out. Cause like sometimes people post without, like they're just like, oh, I just want to post. But then you never know, like an opportunity might come knocking on the door. Right? And it's up to you to decide, are you open to it or you're like, no, I don't want to be an influencer, right?
But you can still post it.
No, yeah, and I think that's okay to do. Like you could...
Yeah, just post a post.
Yeah, if you're open to sharing your life, then you, of course, like go for it. If that's something you're interested in doing. The opportunities are endless when it comes to social media. You really don't know like who's watching or the people that whose lives you might positively impact.
Yeah, even with my fitness journey one where like people are joining like the broadcast channel and like I was getting DMs from people who like were telling me about their journey and they're doing this thing. I got like 10 DMs from 10 different people, but even if I got one, I'm still doing something. You know, I'm still impacting someone.
Yeah.
That's enough for me to keep going.
How do you find the balance between authenticity and what performs well online? Okay. It's really, really hard. And I feel like in the last year and a half, that's kind of the struggle that I was going through, because there was a lot of life changes going on in my life, like moving out, getting engaged, just family things, personal things going on. Like there was a lot of breaks that I needed to take from social media because it became very draining in a place where I didn't really enjoy.
Yeah, I think for me personally, like there is a balance. Like for her, obviously it's her career. I'm trying to make it mine, but she needs to look at both sides. Like what do I want to post and what does well? But I just want to post what I want to post. I don't ever want to be doing something because I think it's going to do well.
I think it's just figuring out what makes you happy.
Okay, this is a good one. Misconceptions people have about creating content. So I think one thing I've noticed is a lot of times I tell people I got like a partnership, for example, and I say like, oh, I had to do this. And if it's like a close friend, I'm cool with like talking about how much I'm making. And they're like, wow, like just to do those videos. But I think that's the one thing that people think it's like, oh, you're just making a video, but like you have to film all the content, it takes hours, set up lighting, and then you got to edit the content, which takes hours. Then you got to do the revision. So you're going back and forth with the branding. That's another thing. If you're starting out, there's going to be a lot of like learning to do.
This is what I don't understand about people.
But it's
like,
not
and
like
it's not people's fault, but like think of it like this. When you go to the hospital because you're sick and you're seeing a doctor, how long are they seeing you for? They're going to see you like for 5 minutes, write you a prescription and walk away. But how much do doctors get paid? They get paid a lot of money.
But also, how long does it take you to become a doctor? Yeah, exactly. So
how long did it take for him to learn how to operate a camera or use lighting? People forget about the work that you had to put in to become that person. When people say, oh, like you get all this free stuff, and like I always see people talking shit in comments like, oh, they just get free stuff and they just whatever. Like, no, it's not free stuff. Like all this PR that we get, it's not free. Because if it was free, why don't you have it? Why doesn't he have it? Why doesn't his mom have it or his sister have it or my friends have it? If it's free, everyone go get it.
Damn, I do.
No, but like I'm being serious. Like if it's free, it should be accessible to every single person living here, but it's not. It's not free. You have to work for it.
I've been creating content like on a GoPro since like 2016, 2015 even. 10 years, holy crap. I'm old. I'm not that old. Yeah, I put in 10 years. Literally is when I bought my first GoPro 10 years ago. This is a good one. How do you stay motivated to create even when you don't feel like it? Rob Dial.
This question, you guys, I literally listened to Rob Dial podcast yesterday about consistency, okay? Yeah. In this career, and I honestly think it's any career, or even if it's just going to the gym or just achieving a goal, it is far more important to be more consistent than it is to be motivated. And like that podcast was literally speaking to me. This has been my struggle over the past year, 2 years, I wanna say, but it's just the discipline to stay consistent that's gonna separate you from anyone.
So on my Instagram, for example, I created a checklist where I have like my daily habits where I'm trying to consistently do all of them every single day. And it's gonna be hard for sure, but I'm not relying on motivation anymore. I'm relying on a game plan, and I have to check off every single thing every day, 10 things. And I'm gonna post updates on my Instagram every single day. And the reason I posted it was to hold myself accountable, because it's not just me seeing it now. Discipline is the one thing you're not born with, but you can learn.
Tell yourself you're gonna get something done or you're gonna do something. Do it for yourself. Don't do it for other people. Do it for yourself.
Big bars. Okay, next question. What kind of opportunities have come your way because of your personal brand? So when I started posting, I literally posted for fun. I didn't care what happened. I didn't care if I made $0. All of a sudden, I get a DM from a Purdy's chocolate. So basically the social media, the PR team, emails on main account saying, hey, we have an opportunity for you to create a video for Purdy's new vegan line that's dropping, which was simply for me just posting my life. And then 2 years later, agency reaches out to me and they're like, hey, we want to sign you as a content creator. And in my head, I'm like, what? That year I was trying to manifest, but also a huge shout out to the people who follow me and engage in my content, because you guys are the reasons I'm getting half these opportunities. So.
Guys, and a lot of these opportunities are vegan products.
Yeah, if it could be vegan or not, I would only tell my manager I want to work with brands or products that are vegan. Because I remember when we used to work together, there's been opportunities where we had to turn it down because it was like leather shoes, for example. And that's the other thing I would say, never sell your soul for money. because it's never worth it.
I feel like influencers are so looked down upon these days because people just talk shit like, oh, they're just like doing it for the money. There are still people like that take on opportunities to get to test out the products, or people who authentically actually use the products. In the beginning, when you first are being reached out to, it's an exciting moment. Only after seeing that, you know, people want the authenticity is when I was like, okay, like I want to be able to work with brands who I admire. Always try to be authentic, because I think social media is kind of changing into this thing where people want to feel like they can relate to you.
Big facts. How has content creation helped you in areas of life outside of social media? Back in the day, I used to be very shy, and I also have tattoos. I'm 6'5", so not a lot of people would approach me. After social media, people I don't know approach me all the time because they know me on Instagram.
I think it does kind of break the ice sometimes, though. I think it depends.
Sometimes it's the opposite effect.
Yeah, I feel like some people feel intimidated because you have a presence on social media.
But like now,
I'm not an intimidating person at all. I'm actually really funny. I'm funnier than Indun, so.
Come on, gang. Gang in the comments, please let us know who's funnier. Don't do me dirty.
It's actually the opposite. Like sometimes I feel like you also have to watch what you're doing because you have a presence on social media. People judge your every move. If you fear that type of judgment, then I don't know if social media is for you.
Also, the other thing, if you think you have no skill set, there are people who like clean houses, like a messy washroom, for example, and like it's ASMR, and they have like millions of followers on TikTok. You can literally pick anything and go crazy. Okay, another thing. Why do you think it's important to build a personal brand? So this is something I talked about in my broadcast channel. And the reason I think it's important, I have one example to give you. I used to post videos of real estate. So I go film houses and we post the videos on my Instagram. We had a separate page for that. I shared it to my story and said, I'm doing real estate videos now. For some reason, 3 to 4 people thought I was a real estate agent. And they messaged me and said, hey, I'm selling my house. Are you an agent? And no, I wasn't, unfortunately. But the thing is, that's why you build a personal brand. When people connect to you and know who you are, they will come to you for certain things. This is a good one. I have a lot of people who are older than me, who are asking me, hey, I want to create content, but I feel like I'm too old or it's too late.
You're never too old to start. Like there are so many content creators and influencers who are, you know, in their 40s, their 50s, their 60s. It doesn't matter at what phase of your life you're in, as long as you feel like you have something to share that's going to resonate with an audience, you could do it.
Great example, your sister, Herenia, Party Palette Co. She had a skill set, took that. Not only did she create a business, started posting it with her phone, went from 0 to 30,000 followers. Her business was booming within a year.
Even just on her regular page, like obviously like she has my nephew now and whatever, and just her being a mom, like so many, she always tells me like a lot of people have messaged her to ask like what she's using and like certain things that she may post on her story and whatever. Like it's not like she's posting it to be an influencer. I always tell her like you should just become a momfluencer, because she actually has so many things that she uses, or like a lot of creative things that she creates for him and like whatever, but she just doesn't care for that.
I think the key is don't care what anyone thinks.
Other than yourself.
Post what you enjoy posting, not to blow up. 3, be consistent. 4, just start. And lastly, be great.
What do you have to lose by trying?
Bars. What do you have to lose by trying?
Nothing.
Last thing I'm gonna leave you with is a great content creator named Gary Vee said that followers do not matter at all. He thinks that metric is gonna be gone soon, and it's simply gonna be engagement and community. Like for example, not being cocky, we have a software that we use with our agency, and my manager said my engagement rate with 22,000 followers is more than some people who have like 500,000.
Yeah, that's like me. You have probably a higher engagement rate than I do.
Yeah.
And that's good. Like that's like,
but it doesn't matter.
It's really,
is what
really
I'm trying
good.
to say.
Following count doesn't matter, but the quality of your followers matters.
I'm someone who's commented back to every single one of my comments.
That's really good that you do that.
Yeah,
That's like really good. You actually take the time to do that.
Yeah, because I do care.
I do respond in the first hour, like to my comments and stuff, and then I get off because like obviously like sometimes it gets a little overwhelming, and there's a lot of things that I would see that I didn't want to see, and like I noticed that it's slowly started to bother me that I'm like, I'm just not going to engage in my comments.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything, send me a DM. I will really try to respond to everyone. If I don't, honestly, it's not that I didn't respond, it's just the fact that I missed it or there's too many DMs in that current moment. Yeah, and if you're not in my broadcast channel, I just post stuff, motivational stuff, video stuff. Make sure to join. It might be a little annoying because I post like once, twice a day. You could turn off the notifications, but that would be mean, so don't do that. But if you want to, you could do that. Just don't leave the channel. You could leave the channel if you don't want to be in there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Denise was staring into my soul for some odd reason.
I'm just watching, like.
Anything else to say?
If you're interested in starting this journey of content creation, then just do it. You really have nothing to lose.